guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today is Friday, March 31st of 2017. And if you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be talking about my new life as a sleever, because it is definitely new and definitely different. And I've kind of gone through some different types of emotions. I've went from being sad and depressed to being frustrated to being scared, and also just thinking about my past and my relationship with food. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. This is not going to be a progress update video. I will have that coming here within the next few weeks, and it will be my 2-month update. So I decided not to do a month update just because nothing had really changed from what I talked about in my 5-week post-op update, but I will do my 2-month post-op update, and I will definitely inform you guys of the changes thus far with that. So this video is really just going to be kind of rambling about everything that I've been feeling and what I've been experiencing so far as a new sleever. So for those of you who do not know, I got my surgery February 21st of 2017. So I am officially a month and a few days out. I don't know. But yeah. So let's talk about the things that have been so frustrating and just mind altering and just crazy about this journey so far. So the first thing is going to be my addiction to food. I didn't think I had an addiction to food. I actually thought that I just liked food and I would eat certain things that I like, whether it be from this restaurant or that restaurant or cooking it at home. I had certain things that I liked. And I also like sweets and starchy foods. And I would overindulge. I definitely can admit that. That's why I'm in the position that I'm in. And my lack of physical activity on top of that. So with all of that, I started to feel like a really crabby old woman, if I'm gonna simplify it. And I'm not an old woman, and I'm definitely not a crabby person. I try to be as positive and low-key and chill and uplifting as I can be, but I have my days just like anybody else. But my weight gain was turning me into someone that I did not want to be, and it was scaring me, and it was changing certain things in my life, my relationship, and I just was like, I need to get a hold. I need to get a hold on this, and I need to get my stuff together. So that's pretty much what I have been faced with, because I just cannot believe how I overindulge with food. When I look at certain clothes and when I look at myself in the mirror, I just feel so sad that I let myself get to the point that I had to get weight loss surgery. Well, I didn't have to, but it was one of the best options for me to have a successful long-term goal, to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So I feel like, wow, Adrienne, you know, just eating too much and celebrating too much with food and going to parties and eating and going to restaurants and just eating entirely too much food. So yeah, it's made me realize that I had a food addiction. Now, let's fast forward to the present with the sleeve. I do not have an addiction to food because I cannot eat a lot of food anymore. My stomach is the size of a banana peel. I have 20% of my stomach to work with, and that is not a lot of room if you're trying to throw down and get something to eat. So that brings me to my frustration. Just today, I had 1 fried egg and I had 3 slices of avocado. I was eating. All of a sudden, my stomach was just like, no, that's it. We're done. And I don't know if I took an extra bite that I shouldn't have, but I thought that I would be able to consume 1 egg and 3 slices of avocado. Like, that's not even a lot of food. But my body was like, no. So I had like 4 bites of egg left and a piece of avocado left, and I could not finish any of that. So I immediately got frustrated, threw it in the trash, of course, and I was just like, man, like, life is just so different. I used to be able to eat that and some bacon or whatever else, you know? And now I cannot do that. So it just makes you think, and it makes you realize that, you know, your life is literally different. Like, for an example, babe will call and be like, I'm going to stop here or I'm going to stop there. Do you want something? And I'm like, no. And when I say no, I say it like it's the most devastating thing to say, because why wouldn't I? I used to be like, yeah, bring me this, or, oh, I want that, you know, and, oh, if you stop here, get me this. And I can't do that anymore. And even though it's a good thing, it is a great thing. But when you are used to eating and celebrating with food and enjoying food the way I did previously in the past, it feels like a little funeral that you're having with yourself. And you're like, oh my goodness, like, I really can't. Like, I used to be like, babe, when you get home, can you bring me a Snicker or a Reese? And can you stop here? And, oh, I want a banana shake from Sonic's. And it's just like, couldn't even dream of having a banana shake, because I'll be able to take 2 sips and I'll be done with it. And then why would I just take 2 sips and waste my money? So, and that's another thing, you know, I went to, this was like a couple weeks ago. I went to Sonic's. No, I went to the grocery store and ran some errands, and then I could smell Sonic's is like literally right by our home. So I was like, I'm going to go get some chicken. I got the chicken and I wasted $8. I took 2 bites, 1 bite of a tater tot, and I could not do anything else. And then babe didn't want it, so it went to the trash. So now when I get urges and cravings, I have to really have a conversation with myself. Like, don't waste your money on that. You're not going to be able to eat it. For an example, I love tacos. Taco Tuesday, Taco Wednesday, Taco Friday. It doesn't matter. I love tacos and I love Mexican food. So since we've moved to this area, there has been a particular taco place that I like to go to, Mexican restaurant, and get my chicken tacos. And I used to get 6. And they were so good. Like, the crisp shell, the chicken, the cheese, the sour cream. I mean, I would be in straight heaven. I'll turn on something to watch on TV, and I would smash those 6 tacos probably within about 45 minutes. And that's ridiculous. I went to that restaurant. Now that I'm sleeved, I wanted tacos, and I got 3. I took 1 bite with the shell and realized I don't need to be eating the shell. So then I just ate the meat on the inside and the cheese and the lettuce. And the other one went to waste. So now I just feel like there's no point in eating tacos anymore. Like, I can't enjoy the food. So I get really pissed and frustrated, and it's annoying. You know, like when the holidays come around, I don't even know how I'm gonna be, even though I'll be several months out, I'm still gonna have restriction, and I'm not gonna be able to mingle and eat and enjoy. Like, we're gonna be traveling this summer, you know, and doing things, and I'm gonna have to think about what I get. I'm gonna have to order off a kid's menu, and even if I can eat that, you know, it's so crazy. It's so crazy how I used to be able to smash 6 tacos and probably could have a couple of more, to now only being able to eat the inside of probably 1 or 2 tacos. Maybe just 1 now since my episode with the egg today. So I don't know, it's just super weird how my body is adjusting and reacting to food now. It's crazy. Like, I miss going to, whether it would be at home or going to a convenience station or whatever, and getting myself a delicious ice cold soda or juice, whatever, or bottled water, and just guzzling it down because I was thirsty. And now when I drink, I have to take tiny, tiny sips, and I have to be very careful that I don't consume too much or get an air bubble or anything, because then I'm uncomfortable for a few minutes, you know, and that's just frustrating. I'll make myself a big old cup of water, getting ready for my day, because I've mentioned that I've been struggling with liquids, and I'm still struggling, and I'm trying some new things to get my liquids down. So I'm going to leave my Instagram below, because I am kind of documenting on there as far as how I'm doing with my liquids and stuff. So, because I want to be accountable, and I want to make sure that I have my liquids, because I have to have my liquids. I have to stay hydrated, or I'm going to end up in the hospital. And I don't have time for that, and I don't want to be in the hospital, and I don't want to be extremely sick or anything like that. So I'm trying. But it is hard, because I can go hours and forget, oh shoot, I need to drink some water, and I haven't even put a dent in my cup. So it's just frustrating. It's seriously frustrating, because it's a lot mental. It's physical, but it's also very, very mental. So that's frustrating. Just simply just taking you know, like those Sprite commercials or Coca-Cola commercials, and that person like is drinking, and it's just, I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Just can't. And it's crazy. So that's been annoying. Also, just realizing my addiction to food and how I celebrated a lot of my life with food. Whether I was happy, I was celebrating with food. Whether I was depressed or sad, I was celebrating with food. I was celebrating with food. And I'm just keeping it honest. Before I even had my surgery, I'm like, well, I'm going to have surgery, so I would celebrate with food from time to time. And now I can't celebrate with food. So instead of enjoying food and being like, oh, that was the best tacos I've ever had, or that was the best chicken I've ever had, I am more so like, okay, let me just eat a few bites and go to sleep. I watch food channels and stuff just because I like the way food is prepared. I like the way it looks. I'm sure it tastes good, you know, and that's satisfaction enough for me sometimes. Like, honestly. And that's crazy. And that's how I knew you're addicted to food. Or at least you were. So going from being addicted to food, being happy with the way it tastes, the way it smells, the way it's prepared, to literally just being able to eat a few bites of something, it is so frustrating and so crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy for my sleep. I'm very happy for my surgery, because it's preparing me for long-term success, which is something that I wanted, because I've gone through little mini diets. I've gone through crash diets, but I wasn't changing my life. And now I want to change my life, and this is helping me do it, but it still sucks sometimes. Another thing that I experience is fatigueness. I mentioned my struggle with waters and liquids. So one day I was taking a shower, and I almost felt like I was going to fall over. I felt like I was going to collapse. I had to brace myself in the shower, turn on some cool water, because I take pretty hot and steamy showers and baths. So I had to like pull cool water all over my body and get out and sit on the edge of the tub, breathe, and just open the door to get some of the steam out, and just breathe and try to get through it so that I can lay down, because I felt like I was going to pass out. And that was because I was not getting enough water, or liquids for that matter. Because like I said, hours will go by I haven't even really put a dent in anything. And taking a few sips is not going to cut it. I have to get my water in and my liquid. So I'm just like, that was frustrating and scary because I do not want to end up in the hospital because it's hard for me to consume my liquids. So now I have to really concentrate and hold myself accountable and do the little things that I'm trying to do to keep a track of how much water I'm getting. And I'll be talking to my doctor about that when I have my appointment next month. So it's just like things like that, you know, it's frustrating. You know, water is a task. Water, simple water is a task. Eating is a task. Everything is a task. And it's just like, why, you know? So yeah, it does definitely frustrate me a lot. And make me sad sometimes. And like, for an example, we were supposed to go out with one of my friends this evening, but we had to reschedule the plans. So we might be going out tomorrow. But even so, like, just that episode that I had with the egg, I'm scared. We're supposed to be going to like a sushi restaurant that I've never been to before. And just to try something different. And I'm nervous that I'm going to take one bite and just be sitting there, you know, and even though that's going to be okay with me, you know, because I'll get to catch up and have a couple of laughs or whatever. It's just the point that before then, you know, we used to just be able to eat and just have a good time and just life is just so different for me now. And it's crazy. And it can be a lot to handle going from one extreme to another. And it is definitely difficult. And it is something that I'm constantly in battle with myself about. I've cried a little bit, you know, not boo-hoo, but I've teared up a couple of times just because I'm like, wow, you know, I really did this. I really am asleep now. You can't go back, you know what I mean? And you have to accept things and just learn. You learn in your lane, in your pace, you know, what your body can handle, what your body can't handle. And it's just different. It's just a different type of situation that I have yet to ever feel before. So I think for me, I'm just more so like, wow. And wow again, because I mean, I prepared for the surgery for a whole year, but now that I have it, it is completely different from preparing. And experiencing the things that, you know, that you experience. So that's definitely frustrating. Like, I honestly had a piece of a donut the other day. I love glazed donuts. I love glazed donuts. I love bagels. I love starchy things. I took literally a piece of that glazed donut and I was done. I was full. I was like, I can't eat that donut. And it wasn't for me. I was just eating some of it because the little boy that we've been watching over here, like our family, he didn't want it. So I was like, well, I'm going to eat a little piece of this. And I thought that I would be able to finish it over the course of a couple hours. No, my stomach was like, we don't want it. And so I have to find different ways to eat sweets. So I've been buying a lot of fruit and yogurts and things like that. And just trying to find, and popsicles, and just trying to find a way to enjoy sweets. But I can't go get a piece of cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory anymore like I used to. And I'm not saying that I'll never will be able to, or I'll never be able to enjoy life again. It's just, this is also new to me, experience-wise. So everything just feels kind of like closed in. I've been looking at different recipes so I can have options. I follow people on Instagram that cook different things. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try that. So I have to learn to think outside the box. And that's pretty much where I'm going to be. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys some of my frustrations and things that I've experienced so far. And I know that it will pass, and I know that I'll be on to something new later, but still just was it's just been so mind-boggling, and it's been a crazy couple of months so far. Excuse the train if you can hear that in the background. We live right behind a train track. But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel completely different than what I used to. It's almost like you lost a part of yourself, and you're learning, and you're on a journey to find the new you. And that's pretty much as simply put as I can say it. I mean, I probably could have cut this video in half by just saying that. But yeah, the old Adrian that I was with, as far as the food side of things, she no longer exists, you know? The Adrian that's in front of you now is the Adrian that I'm learning, I'm getting to know. I'm learning to make healthier choices, and, you know, of course, portion control, and just all those things that I'm learning. And it can be frustrating, but I look to the YouTube community for weight loss. I look to Instagram weight loss community for support, because it really helps me get through some tough times, because I'm the only person in this house that has had weight loss surgery. So I'm the only person in the house that has a tiny stomach and can only consume so many calories. And I appreciate my babe, who has been completely supportive and doing certain things with me, and just, you know, asking me, you know, do you want something? How about I get you some soup? Or, you know, I appreciate that, and I'm forever grateful for it. And I'm just learning and living day by day of how to continue my life. So I will definitely be doing topic videos like this, or BSG rambles. I don't know what I'm going to call them yet, but that's pretty much what this video was about. So if you can relate, or if you have any tips or just anything like that, don't hesitate to let me know, because I'm new at this. So if someone has already been through it and you have suggestions or even words of encouragement, please, please, please don't hesitate to leave them below. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, because there will be a lot more coming on this channel in the future. I'm really excited about that. And also, again, I'll leave my Instagram name below, where you can follow my journey on there. Because like I said, I update that one at least a couple times a day. And I will see you guys in a few weeks when I record my 2-month update. I'm excited to share my stats and some of the new things that I'm going to be doing. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all the love and support, and have a good day. Bye.